Well, hello everyone, and welcome to episode 93 of Impact Makers. Well, Dustin, it's the time of year where interns are starting, new hires are starting. It's starting to get busy. There's a lot of training going on, right?
Mhm.
So with that training, I have a question, and then I'm gonna dive into the topic. I think I know the way you're gonna take this, but you got a new hire, 1 or 2 years of experience or an intern. When they come in, you just train them on your most complicated stuff because that's going to cover all the bases, and just get them going on all the complex work that you have right out of the gate, right?
I can see or I can sense the sarcasm in the question. No, that's exactly the opposite of obviously of,
Correct.
of what you want to do, and
Correct.
you're not gonna put them in a position to be successful with that.
Right. So everybody knows that. So everybody knows that you start off on easier things. But those easier things, it's part of a bigger program that you should have within your firm. We're going to talk specifically today in the tax arena. You could apply it to all different kinds of work, but it's just, think about it in your different tax returns. And it's the concept of a complexity matrix. Now, I don't want to go into the details of what makes a basic, what makes a moderate, what makes a complex. Just know that when you look at all the returns that you have, having three buckets, a basic bucket, a moderate bucket, and a complex bucket, really sets you up for success when you do that. But what are the key components, Dustin, that makes that successful? Again, let's not dive into the details of, what types of return do we consider a basic, do our clients consider a basic? But what are the key things that a complexity matrix should have in it? Like the roles that are associated with it, and why is it so powerful?
Let's start with the why first. It's something I've been saying probably for 15 years now since I've been doing this consulting. The three R's. It gets the right people doing the right work at the right time. That's what the complexity matrix helps you do, and that's what any organization. And we don't just need to be talking tax returns here. We could any industry, any organization. You want the right people doing the right work at the right time. In a CPA firm, we found this tool called a complexity matrix helps with that, uh, breaking out by complexity. The and then getting to the other part of the question. So that was the why, the three R's. The other part of the question on what levels are in the complexity matrix. If we're focused on tax, you're probably having three levels: a preparer, or what we like to call a tax analyst now. The preparer role is changing. That's a whole other topic. But the tax analyst, the tax in charge, and the signer of the return. Those are the three roles. And as you start to plot together your complexity matrix, you can see visually, you can start laying out, and everyone can see this is the growth plan, this is the development plan. As I progress through and start to master the basics, I can move up to start preparing, the moderate level returns, and you slowly work your way into a reviewer role as well. And do you start on the most difficult returns as the in charge as the reviewer? No, you would start more basic. So it gives you a nice development path as well.
Yeah, and that, right people, right roles, right time. I mean, that's focused on, the roles, but also the key tasks. So that analyst, they're finishing up with whatever the automation did, whatever the technology did. They're doing a first review of the data. They're taking an analytical view in it. That tax in charge, they were involved in interacting with the client and making sure that we're getting the information when we got in. So they're kind of helping the analyst. They're the go-to, but they're also the first technical reviewer, right? And then that next task is the signer. And so when you say right people, right roles, right time, really, and you talk about career progression, really you're setting the firm up to to look at, does a partner need to sign every return? And when you see it in a
No,
complexity answer, yeah, correct. When you see it in a complexity matrix context, you can see no, and you can also see that that's how you keep an unnecessary review step in the mix because you've elevated the right person, the that tax in charge to migrate to being a signer once they've shown that they can get returns done, accurately and timely, and the proverbial they can walk and talk and chew gum at the same time.
Yep. And just to clarify, what you mean there is if you didn't have non-partners sign, then that would be an extra layer of review if you had the in-charge elevate their role, and that doesn't make sense.
Correct. So let us know what you think.